Hello again, I'm Bob Weir, and I'm doing another video for people in the news in North Texas. My guest today is Nick Adams, founder and director, executive director of FLAG, which stands for Foundation for Liberty and American Greatness. FLAG is an educational, not-for-profit 501c3 organization. Its principal purpose is to educationally proclaim the greatness of America and refute the fallacy of anti-Americanism. Thank you for being here, Mr. Adams.
G'day, Bob. It's a pleasure to be here with you, sir.
Oh, I love that accent. All right, please tell our viewers something about your background in Australia and when and how you became an American citizen.
Well, that's a great question, Bob. I was born in Sydney, Australia in September of 1984, which makes me just 32 years old for a couple of weeks. And in Australia, I was the youngest ever elected deputy mayor in Australian history at the age of 21. In Australia, I went to the University of Sydney and got myself 2 degrees. At the age of 16 months, I was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, which is a rare form of childhood cancer. And I was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma when the tumour had already spread. So I'm a survivor of childhood cancer. In my own country, I was elected to public office twice, and I am very recently an American.
Ah, congratulations. That's
Thank
great.
you.
That's great. And do you reside in the DFW area?
I most certainly do, yes. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I think it's a fantastic place to live, and I wouldn't have chosen anywhere else.
Well, we're glad you're here. And why did you feel there was a need for your organization?
Well, Bob, look, FLAG is the Foundation for Liberty and American Greatness, and unfortunately many elites in the government, in schools, in the media are deliberately diminishing the United States of America. They're deliberately trying to paint America as a racist place, as a hateful place, as a bigoted place. And nothing could be further from the truth. This is the greatest country in the history of the world. And while our gallant men and women of America's military have got our back just about everywhere, the one place where no one has America's back, at least up until now, has been the culture. And we need to make sure that we have people that are protecting, defending, strengthening America in the culture, that are guarding and exposing America's interests to the entire world. And that's the vacuum that FLAG seeks to fill. There is no pro-American voice in the culture right now. That's what FLAG is injecting itself into.
And how are you going about educating people about American exceptionalism?
Bob, we go into as many elementary, middle and high schools as we possibly can, talking to kids about what makes America different, what makes America special, why is the Constitution the best political document ever written, what would the world look like had it not been for American leadership in the 20th century, what would the world look like in the future if there was no America, what all has America given the world, why has the United States been an unparalleled force for good in the world. These are the questions that we answer for children all the way from elementary all the way up to high school. And we also go out there and on television, on radio, we defend America with facts. So one of the facts that FLAG has been bringing to the attention of the American public, particularly in light of everything that's been happening with the NFL, is that this is the best country in the world for a black person to live. And we can objectively prove that because more people have immigrated to the United States, more black Africans have immigrated to the United States than came as slaves. And so the question must be asked, if America is such a terrible place for a black person to live, why are so many coming of their own volition? And the answer is, Bob, that this is the best country in the world for everyone, no matter what colour you are. This is the country that gives you the most hope and opportunity to achieve the dreams that are in your heart.
And how did Australia handle its immigration problem?
Well, look, Australia is a little bit different in that we are a long way away from everyone else and we are surrounded by water. We're an island. But Australia had a really bad problem with illegal immigration, with people coming to our country by boat. And the Australian government decided to be very strict about it. And they said, okay, from now on, if you come to Australia illegally, if you come the wrong way, we don't want you. So there are two things that are going to happen to you. Either we are going to pay for you to go back to where you came from, or we're going to put you on an offshore processing centre, which is another island, where you will be in indefinite detention until which time we have decided to look at your application. And that proved to be an enormously effective deterrent, Bob, to people that wanted to come to Australia the wrong way.
And that's pretty much solved the problem.
It certainly has, yeah. We haven't had an illegal immigrant to our country now for close to 3 years.
Well, I guess the separation of the bodies of water has a lot to do with it.
Yes, it does.
You have several notables on your advisory board, including former Congressman Colonel Allen West and nationally syndicated radio talk show host Dennis Prager. Does the board meet regularly to implement strategies?
Bob, Flagg is really blessed with the type of people that we do have on our advisory council. In addition to Colonel West and in addition to Dennis Prager, we've got Pete Hegseth of Fox News, the former CEO of Concerned Veterans for America. We've got John Sullivan, the man that produced and directed both of the Dinesh D'Souza films. I've assembled the greatest minds in the conservative movement to do Flagg's work, and we're very much still in our infancy. But all of these men have got a proven track record of promoting American exceptionalism and exposing anti-Americanism, and that's really what we need to do.
And does the organization operate out of a local office?
It does. Well, obviously this is a Texas-based organisation. We're a national organisation, but our home, Bob, is right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Obviously one day Flagg hopes to have offices not only all around the country but all around the world, because we feel that it's important to make sure that the message about American exceptionalism is brought to people of other lands as well.
Now, you're the author of a couple of books, I understand, and how about telling us your latest book?
My latest book is called Green Card Warrior, My Quest for Legal Immigration in an Illegal System. And it is going to be an absolute blockbuster, Bob, because it is going to expose all of the political persecution that I underwent by the State Department. This is the very first time that we have documented evidence of the Obama administration using the State Department to screen potential immigrants based on their politics. It's available on Amazon right now. Green Card Warrior by Nick Adams. It's just $10 on Amazon.
Great. You've been a guest on many major news programs. You've been on Hannity and O'Reilly, and would you like to say something about those?
Well, look, I love going on with all of those kinds of people. I think that particularly the two men that you just mentioned are patriots. They love America. It's always a privilege to be able to use the national television medium to reach as many people as we can. That's what Flag's all about, Bob. We want to change the culture. We want to change the media narrative. We want to have a presence in the media. We want to use the tactics of the left back against them. Flag's website is flagusa.org. That's flagusa.org. And we would love the support of everyday, ordinary Americans out there in Middle America.
And of course, I will have a written part of this as well. It will be an article along with the video, and I will have a lot of that information in it, your background material, the website, your current book, and so forth. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, I'd just like to remind all of your listeners, all of the people that are watching this particular video and that read all of your work, Bob, that America's not perfect, but it is the best thing that we have. A world without America is one that we don't even want to begin to contemplate. This is the most energetic, optimistic, patriotic, faithful, innovative, philanthropic, charitable and inspirational country in the world. In almost 5,000 years of recorded human history, we've never seen a country, a people or a culture like America. The time for America being the world's punching bag, the time for people to libel and defame and mock and deride and traduce the United States are over. The flag is going to come after them. If you said 1/16 of the things that are said about the United States, about any other country, you would be hauled over the hot coals of every anti-discrimination commission and human rights board you can imagine. We're standing up for America, flagusa.org. We are a movement. I invite everyone to join us.
Wow. Amen to that. Thank you. That was well stated. Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure meeting you.
Bob, I've loved it. God bless you and thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you and welcome to America.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.